Lesson 3.5, Solving Two-Step Equations. We will solve two-step equations using the same process as we did with one-step equations, except now we have two steps instead of one. The goal is to get all the variables on one side of the equal sign and all the numbers on the other using our addition or subtraction properties of equality. Then we must use the multiplication or division properties of equality to isolate our variable. Remember, what we do to one side, we must do to the other. Feel free to pause this video at any time and copy good notes or to replay it if anything seems unclear. In example number 1, we have negative 3x plus 5 equals 2. The first thing we're going to do in our process of getting negative 3x by itself is we have to get rid of 5. And to do that, we have to use the subtraction property of equality, subtracting 5 from both sides. That leaves us with negative 3x equals negative 3. Now we still have to isolate the variable x, and we do that by dividing both sides by negative 3. And negative 3 divided by negative 3 is 1. The solution is x equals 1. And you always want to take that solution, plug it back into your problem, and check your work. Now, here are some examples for you to try on your own. The first one is 2x plus 12 equals negative 4. Pause the video if you would like to try it on your own, and then you can press play to check your work. The first thing we want to do is we want to get 2x by itself. So we have to subtract 12 from both sides. 2x equals negative 8. Still trying to isolate the variable x, we have to divide both sides by 2. X equals negative 4. And then you want to check your work. So 2 times negative 4 plus 12 should equal positive 4. Negative 8 plus 12 does equal 4. So this one is correct. On number 2, we are looking to get negative 5c by itself, and to do that we must use the subtraction property of equality and subtract 9 from both sides. This goes away and we're left with negative 5c equals, we have negative 16 plus negative 9, same sign, add and key, 25. Negative 5c equals negative 25. At this point, we have a simple one-step equation. We're trying to isolate the variable c, and to do that, we will divide both sides, and c equals positive 5. Negative divided by a negative is a positive. And then we want to check our work. And negative 5 times positive 5 is negative 25 plus 9. Different signs subtract. That does equal negative 16. Okay? And number 3, we have 3 times x minus 4 equals 9. Because we cannot combine anything inside the parentheses, we must use the distributive property. We're going to distribute this 3. 3x minus 12 equals 9. And remember, we have 2 steps. So the first step to get x by itself is to get rid of this 12. So we're going to use our addition property of equality. So make that go away. And 3x equals 9 plus 12. 9, 10, 11, 21. 3x equals 21. Basic one-step equation. 3x represents multiply. To undo multiplication, we must use division. X equals 7. And to check your work, 3 times 7 minus 4 should equal 9. Well, we know that 7 minus 4 is 3, and 3 times 3 does equal 9. Feel free to pause at this point and copy or replay anything that seems unclear. Okay? Our next example is solving x divided by 8 minus 1/2 equals negative 7 over 2. We're trying to get x by itself, so the first thing we need to do is get rid of this negative 1/2 or minus 1/2. So we're going to use inverse operations, and we're going to add 1/2 to both sides, and that leaves us with x over 8 equals -3. At this point, this is a one-step division equation, and to undo division, we must use multiplication. Multiply both sides by 8, we get x equals -24. And then you always want to check your work to make sure you've done everything correctly. Here are our examples. We have m divided by 2 plus 6 equals -10. So here's m. This is what we're trying to isolate. In order to do that, we need to combine the 6 and the 10. So we're going to subtract 6 from both sides. And 10 minus 6 is 4. And here we are at our one-step equation. And m divided by 2, to undo division, we must multiply. M equals 8. Check our work. 8 divided by 2 plus 6. Well, 8 divided by 2 is 4. And 4 plus 6 does equal 10. Okay? Number 5, -z divided by 3 plus 5 equals 9. First thing we got to do is move this plus 5, and to do that, we're going to subtract from both sides. And 9 minus 5 is 4. That was one step. Now here's the last step. We have a one-step equation, z divided by 3. To undo division, we must multiply. We're left with -z equals 12. And we can't have this -z. Z has to be all by itself. So we're going to divide both sides by -1, and z equals -12.